morning, everybody, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome, and I am so glad that you're here with us to listen to our panel this morning, which is based on doing games not here in the United States, but instead, please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what we're doing here.
So hi, Femi here.
Hi, Femi.
Hi.
Yeah, so of course we're talking about design and publishing in Nigeria.
Excellent. So I'm sorry,
Hi.
Femi and Kenichiku, please tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you're doing. And let's start with, I'm going left to right. So Kenichiku, could you tell us who you are in the industry and what you're doing in board
Hi,
games?
Julie. First, I must recommend you for pronouncing the name correctly. Hi, everyone. My name is Casey Kenechukwu, and I'm the creative director for Nipcard Games. But first, I'd like to introduce myself as a designer. I love to design games, especially tabletop games, games that people would have to come out physically to play, or games that we played during the childhood days, and I just want to bring it back. So in a modern kind of era. And for Nipcard, what we do is basically to design, to publish, to manufacture games in Nigeria. And then we've owned the Nipcard Games Cafe, where people can come in to see more games, thanks to a lot of global gamers around the world. And I also started the African Board Game Convention in 2016. Basically, all of this is to promote the tabletop gaming industry in Nigeria, and that's basically what I do.
Femi, please introduce yourself.
All right, so my name is Femi, and I'm a board game enthusiast. That's always my first intro. I'm a board game enthusiast and transitioning into designing and publishing. In the past year, I was involved in a design project that had to do with gamification, designed the curriculum based on board games for high school kids, and my love for board game keeps me going. So I ended up designing the Instant series. Basically, there are a set of games that can be learned under 5 minutes and played. Simple and easy. So yes.
Fantastic. And as the moderator, just a quick introduction. I'm Julie. I'm from Greenbrier Games here in the United States. And I was thrilled to have the opportunity to talk to you because knowing what a different community is doing for board games is pretty amazing and fantastic for, I think, everybody here to learn more about. So if you could tell us, how did you both get into board games in the first place?
I think Femi should go first.
Okay, let me go first. So I think my entry into board game was with Scrabble. Scrabble, while I was really young,
Yeah.
I had an elder cousin, uncle. He was so good at Scrabble, always playing it with friends. So whenever I was hanging around, I was always watching them play. Then I had some chance meetings with other persons where I got to learn about, I think, Pandemic and Catan in later years. Then I've always been a big time on the games that were readily available in Nigeria here. We have the Monopoly, the Scrabble, the chess, the IU, and those games that carved the niche for us here in Nigeria while we were much younger. So in later years, I began to learn about other games, and when I eventually found the gold mine in Nipcard Games Cafe, I never let go after them.
Fantastic.
Okay. I think do you know for Scrabble in Nigeria? I think Nigeria is leading in global Scrabble game. I'm not sure you're aware. We have Willing to Jilere. In 2015, he won the global championship on Scrabble, and then he has been winning. I think he has won about 3 times for African Scrabble Championship, and he got a recognition from the president, the current president, which is a plus for the gaming industry, or maybe not the modern gaming industry in Nigeria.
That's awesome.
For me, I've been saying it a lot. I think my entry into game is probably through designing. So from 2013, we had this long school strike, and we are all bored, and we tried a lot of activities in school. And I had this particular friend. He was a medical student, and medical students are always bookworm and focused. And if it's not, studying for 5 hours, they probably will not study. So I was just looking for something to create for him. I would try different activities. It didn't work, and we now designed a game because in the compound, a lot of people like to play the Ludo game. But I didn't particularly find it interesting because it was straightforward for me. And then from there, I think after designing the first game, it took kind of 2 years for me to realize that game design was actually a thing. And because of I kind of met some people from UK, and then they had new games. So I think they introduced me to the modern gaming, and then I started seeing value in the game I designed 2 years ago. So I think all of those things just kind of kick out together. And with time, I started seeing more games. I saw BGG. I saw a lot of groups on Facebook, and over the years, we kept doing everything we were learning, and here we are.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask, but I'm hearing it echo, so it's a little bit hard for me to think through my questions. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. When you started designing, what did you find were the biggest challenges as a new designer?
Should I go first?
Please.
Okay. I think the first thing was there was no one else. I love to Google a lot. It was rare to see. There was nobody.
Oh no. He froze. I froze. Hey. So I'm still live. Great. And nobody else is here. What happened? Did we lose? Okay, so that's what I thought. Technology is really hard when you're doing it internationally, which I've learned before. So we were talking about the challenges of getting into design as a new designer, and I hope that I get to hear what everybody has to say. In the meantime, that might be a good idea. I think stopping and then getting back to live.
Okay, so